Good day, beautiful beings, beautiful souls, beautiful light. Welcome to another day. So, with the past week of really doing these videos, I hope it helped you to understand what it means to understand the energy of trauma and how one event or one experience can impact other events and experiences in our lives when we don't allow ourselves to fully process it. And I know in the moments of trauma we are unable to process it, but in the moments after, when we allow ourselves to have the courage to face what it was, and how it had affected us, we then can really step into the knowingness of the lesson, the purpose of that event, no matter how hurtful, how painful, how traumatic. It could be months, years later, and this energy still affects us because it's carried in our cellular memory, it is carried in our body, it is carried in our amygdala, it is carried in every aspect of us until we allow ourselves to deal with what needs to be dealt with. And how do you deal with it? How do you move on from something so hurtful, something so painful? You know, in a traumatic event, we process it, but then there's also this moment of grief. There's this period of anger that we experience with it. Anger at ourselves, anger at the person who inflicted the trauma, and then when there's no resolution, that creates more anger and sometimes even grief. And in this energy of grief, we allow ourselves to begin the process of letting go. And the process of letting go is a bit challenging when there's no resolution. So this is when, someone seeks assistance to have the resolution that they desire. And this resolution can be very cathartic, whether if it's, going out, working out to a gym, or writing letters, or something to get the energy moving. Because the trauma energy is a very stagnant energy. It sits and weighs on the soul until we, the being, the soul, decides to allow it to be free. And what stops you from allowing it to be free? Because we don't understand why it happened, because sometimes we allow ourselves to step into the energy role of the victim. Say, woe is me, why did this happen to me? I don't understand. But what I want to say to you, that sometimes in the space of wanting or trying to or attempting to understand trauma, it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And in this path of it not making any sense, it creates anguish and pain even more so, because we so desire resolution. We so desire payback, or whatever it is that is in our 3D thinking. But the way to transcend this is to really move into empathy, compassion. And one of the things that I talk about on my podcast, on my show, I mentioned this a few weeks ago, and even with a client who has experienced, multiple traumatic events. And this may put some things into perspective in regards to empathy and compassion. And I know this video is probably going to be a little bit longer than I anticipated, but this is what is needed. So just imagine, before you choose to incarnate on this planet, you, your soul family, sitting around a round table, and everyone is making choices, assigning roles to everyone to help them remember who they are, to help them remember their power. And the one soul who has been charged to create a traumatic experience for one to remember goes into the space of, I can't do that. How can I possibly do something so horrific to you? I love you. I can't. I just won't allow myself to do that. But then you, the soul, say, you must. You must do this so I can remember, so I can know who I am, so I can understand and learn what I need to learn to grow and evolve here on this planet as a lesson. And so eventually they cave in. It's like, okay, I get it, I understand. And so I will do this. But in doing so, we all have amnesia when we incarnate, except for what it is we are to remember on an energetic level, on the soul level, what we must do. And so we go through our life, we have this event, and then when we make our transition back to the other side, you celebrate them and say, thank you. Thank you for helping me to remember who I am. Thank you for helping me to move past this block and learning what was desired to be learned. Whatever this is. So just imagine that. To have compassion and empathy for the role that was played by someone who caused this event to assist you in remembering yourself, extracting your power, and learning what is needed to be learned. Move into that, dear ones. Accept that, love that, be that. And there you will find your power, your strength, your confidence, your courage of who you really are. And if you like assistance with this, I'm here to be of service to you by you simply DMing me, Lamorian, and I'm here. Have a beautiful day, dear ones. Till next time.